Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. Do not forget to subscribe. Today we are going to be reviewing Carbon Collective Citrus Cleaner. So a citrus cleanser is a mix of detergents, surfactants and limonene citrus oil, okay, which is an expensive organic solvent that comes from orange skin, very pricey. So this balanced formula removes embedded bugs, grease and grime without removing waxes or sealants. Apply it before snow foaming or by hand washing. So apply it to your car, basically, spray it on, let it dwell, agitate it if necessary, rinse it with a copious amount of water, and do not let it dry. So you use it as a pre-wash almost, but you could use it, spray it in your engine bay, you know, agitate it and rinse it, etc. All that sort of stuff on your wheels, agitate it, rinse it. You let it sit, you agitate it, you rinse it. That's how it works. Now, not so long ago, we did a big citrus best citrus comparison. We compared a whole ton of them. This product wasn't in that test. The winner of that was the KKD Citrus Magic, which was a really good concentrated citrus cleaner that you could mix down up to 1 to 100 or even 1 to 200, I think. But you could really mix it down and it could still be really effective at low PIRs, as low as sort of 2% PIR, very effective. So you could take, you know, a tiny amount of this product, which always gets me excited, like 20 mil to 1,000 mil, roughly, which would be 2 to 100 mil, wouldn't it? 2%. And so I could mix up a bottle of that Citrus Magic and use 20 mil of it to you know, a litre, roughly, 980 mil, I know. And that wouldn't cost me much money, and then I'd have the equivalent of what that bottle is there. So this is a ready-to-use formula. So that's very desirable to me. And then products that are ready to use historically don't tend to do as well because they don't pick up the marks. They get slaughtered on value for money. However, a lot of you just want to grab something that works, so I understand. So I don't know if I review it the right way, if I'm comparing apples with apples when I compare ready to use with concentrates, but the advice I give on the channel is always look to buy a concentrate. You get better for money, value for money. You'll know if you don't mind mixing it. That's a personal thing. If you want them ready to use, then do it. So I'm comparing it to the one that I have here. I can't seem to get the Citrus Magic anymore, and it's gone up in price, but I still have some Wax Planet citrus left in my 5 litre product, which I'm getting my way through, and I have a bottle here of Autoglan Spritzer, which is mixed down at about 1 to 10 or something like that. Then once that goes, I'm out of citrus, and I'll use all that. When that goes, what will you go and buy, John? Well, I'll probably go and buy, if I ever do decide that I need a citrus, I'll probably buy the 5 litres of Virasol for 13 quid, because that seemed to be better quality and genuine orange oil, you know, quite concentrated in limonene for a very cheap product. So it seemed to be okay, and it didn't seem to be dangerous. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't far off from being the best, and it was very, very cheap. So I'd probably go with that now if you can't get the other ones. Or maybe not even use the citrus. We've done videos on that. Can you just use an APC? Some people say yes. Some people like to use citrus. You go in on a real high quality wheel and use a citrus, you know it's not going to do anything funny. You know, it's just a safe way of cleaning. A very premium way of cleaning though. Okay, so you get all the preamble. Let's look at the price. $14.95 for 1 litre, 43 quid for 5 litres. How does that compare to my Wax Planet Roadkill? That's 11 quid for a litre and 28 quid for 5 litres. So the Wax Planet is a lot cheaper, especially at bulk. Not quite half the price, but nearly. But it gets worse because the Wax Planet, you dilute it down 1 to 8 for light cleaning, 1 to 4 for medium cleaning, and 1 to 1 for heavy cleaning. That's 1 to 4 in there, which also gives me a PIR of about 2%. So I could use it in a snow foam lance, etc., etc. So that concentrate gives me a whole variety of options and a cost reduction that I can't match with the Carbon Collective product. Should I be comparing this to like Auto Finesse Citrus Cleaner or Forced X, which dilutes 1 to 1, or other neat products? Possibly, but I think, yeah, you could do that, but that's the one I've got, so that's what I'm comparing it to. If you want to see all the prices of those citruses, go watch my video. Anyway, here I have the this one. What's it called? Carbon Collective Citrus Cleaner. Smells beautiful. Really smells beautiful. And here I have the Wax Planet Roadkill. Doesn't smell quite strong because it's watered down. Still has an orangey twang to it. So let's take these and let's put these on our tar simulator here. So I'm not too worried about it covering everything. I'm just worried about it getting on there so I get a fried egg. And I'll see how that stretches. It's got quite a high surface tension, that has. It's interesting. And we'll put the rest of it down here. Again, I'm not worried about it going everywhere, although we're observing it. I'm worried about just having a look at it so I can see the impact where it lies, okay? And it will be the same with the Wax Planet. We'll just gently put it down on there. I've got my string under there so it doesn't cross-contaminate. How clever is that? Look at that. Clever. Oh, you can see it's working there. It's good. I like to see that. And same with this. There we go. All I need to do, I can see that's working as well. Right, and I'm going to leave these. Just says leave them on the surface. And don't let them dry. Of course, you could agitate them, but I'm just going to leave them for a couple of minutes to do their thing. They should actually work quite quickly on that grease. They might benefit from more dwell on that tar film. Is citrus a tar remover? Not especially, but that solvent element in it helps remove tar. And when we did the test on the best tar, the brain's really struggling today. When we did the best citrus cleaner, we found some of them were effective on tar as well. So it was a good way of measuring the limonene content for me, or it was amines. So let's just go over and have a look now at this detergent. I think it's going to be really close actually. It's quite good actually. I like seeing that. It's powerful. It's already done its thing. Oh, it is having, oh no, it's still wet, it's hard to say. I think that's going to be too much of a tall order for it. Very well balanced, those two. Very similar level of performance. Let me just see where it's wet. Yeah, no, it's not doing anything. Oh, okay, hold on, is that my finger? No, it is, it's breaking it. Yeah, it's breaking it. Yeah, that's interesting. So have a look, see if that's breaking it. Not yet. Or maybe it is. It's starting to go. Just do a bit more poking. Yeah, that is breaking it down. Interesting. Even on the thinner film area. So even on the thinner film area where it's wet, that tar film is not being broken down. Can't remember how. I don't think the Wax Planet was good on the tar. But if we switch fingers now, just so I'm not cross-contaminating, you can just see it's starting to come off a bit more. See that? That's less pressure as well. It's not affecting it here. I'm putting loads of pressure now. Yeah, that's less pressure. Interesting. So let's wipe this. Let's blast this upwards. So here we go. Blast away. Oh, that's so good, yeah. Very good. Wow. It's really interesting, isn't it? Let's just stop there. So, it's a bit of string. The Wax Planet is much more powerful at removing the dirt simulator. Much more powerful. But, if I rinse this, not much is going to happen. Hold on. So this is on the tar and glue. I mean, you could argue the film's a bit thicker on the right-hand side, couldn't you? But not here, it isn't. That film is not thick. It just hasn't affected it. If I do the same thing here, yeah, look at that. It's coming off. Really interesting. Even on that, that's not thick there. Yeah, there's a slight difference. It's I like it when we get mixed results. I like it when we get mixed results. What I'll do, rinse that off. I'm switching it round now, and I'll put this on this side. And the Wax Planet on the other side. We'll see if we can reverse the effect. But we'll just leave that while we chat. Look at that difference. So this has got me thinking something already. It's got me thinking something already, and it touches on what we talked about in the preamble, that surfactants can degrease very well by emulsifying the oil and the water so that they mix. You could clearly see that the Wax Planet product was much stronger at emulsifying the dirt simulator very quickly and rapidly and removing more of the dirt simulator. But the Carbon Collective product was more effective at softening the tar, even though the film's a little bit thicker on the right-hand side. You can see that, but even on the thin bit of that film, the Wax Planet product didn't do it. So is the Wax Planet product less citrus? Because I believe that to get that tar film off, you can't emulsify the tar. It's like a hydrocarbon, well, whatever. You know, it needs solvent, it needs dissolving rather than emulsifying. So does the citrus cleaner from Carbon Collective, is it a bit higher in citrus oil than the Wax Planet? Is it more of a true citrus? That's what's going through my head. And I did see that in the test, that some of the ready-to-use ones, like the Auto Finesse product, was also quite poor at emulsifying, but good on the tar and glue. And I'd had good results with it on track rubber. So from a very simple point of view, I'm sort of thinking this Carbon Collective product is a good, high-quality citrus, a bit like the Auto Finesse product. But the big problem is, does it really matter at that price point, when it's a ready-to-use? It's hard to gauge, isn't it? It really is hard to gauge, and that's why we do all these kind of simulation tests. Yes, you're paying a lot more. Yes, it is a good quality product. Would I go and buy it? No, because I don't. I will always buy a concentrate over a ready-to-use. You know that. I'm like a stuck record. I've been saying that for 10 years. So let's just go and have a look and see if we've got reversed results around here. Let's just see now if this part is weakened. Ooh, it is, look. It's interesting, that is. Yeah, it's really interesting. Let's go back over here. Well, that's weakened, but you could argue it was already weakened. Interesting, but this is starting to go now. Yeah, interesting. Don't know. That's probably a slightly more. The variables are getting out of control. So, normally when you've got hardcore stuff on there, you take this tar and glue. Look at the difference. Look. So this is like this has got xylene in it. It's like a proper industrial kind of thing. Look. See that? It's running out. Just strips it. It'll probably work on this as well. Yeah. So sometimes when you've got really bad issues with tar, you're always better off reaching for something like TARDIS. But you can see, I don't want more fingers, just take a bit of cloth. You can see the difference, look at that. So when I actually need to get it off my panel to reset my panel, that's what I'll go reaching for. like that. It's also got emulsifier in it. There you go. So, the results of this quick test are quite quick and simple. Carbon Collective looks like a high quality, ready to use citrus product that you will pay a lot of money for because of the fact it's been diluted to a concentrate where it's diluted to a ratio already where it's ready to use. And because of that, you're paying for more water and less product. If you don't mind, because you know it's high quality, then it's not a problem. How quickly will I go through for a litre of citrus? Very rapidly, because I just use it like an APC. I don't have like a wheel cleaner here. I just use APC or citrus, I'll use all these concentrates. Just blast the wheel arches out in it, cover it, cover the car in it, whatever. I'll go through probably half a litre of that in one wash, because I'll do like 100 ml per wheel per corner. So I'll be gone through that. And that's the reason I would personally buy 5 litres of a citrus concentrate like Virasol or something like that. But not everyone would agree. And that has pleasantly surprised me, because the worst case scenario for this doesn't have any of that crunch. So I don't think it has any of the sodium products in there. It doesn't it feels like all surfactant limonene, quite an oily product. So it's a high quality citrus. And that's it. So what else do I need to say on the review? Should I be more positive because it's a good quality product? Yeah, I probably should, but you know how I roll. So, good quality product. If it wants to get a 10 out of 10, then it needs to be about 25 quid, and it needs to be at least for 5 litres, and it needs to be a 1 to 10 concentrate. Because if you do that, high quality, high value for money, you get those two things right, your chance of getting the 5-star forensic rating, that sounds a bit cheesy, who cares? But your chance of winning my comparison tests, and then me using the product are high, because that's what I'm looking for. So you get the idea. Product is good quality. It's available from Interdetailing and other stockists, and I'll stick a link for it in the description, and I'm with a discount code that may get you a discount. If it doesn't work, it's not non-discountable. Other than that, guys, take care, and I'll see you soon. Doug.